14th May 2018, Middlesbrough, England. 37-year-old Mitesh Patel returned home after fetching dinner from a nearby food joint and found his 35-year-old wife Jessica lying unconscious on their bedroom's floor. Her arms and legs were tied with duct tape and the whole house was scattered, indicating a burglary. Mitesh immediately called on the emergency number 999 for help, but when the ambulance arrived, Jessica was already dead. The police immediately started the investigation, and within just 1 month, they found the killer. Unlike the way the crime scene looked, this wasn't a burglary at all, and the killer was someone very close to Jessica, who has been planning on Jessica's murder since 5 years. The details of this case reaffirm that there is no limit on how low someone can fall for their personal gains. Now, without any delays, let's dive into the full case study. I'm Sam, and you're watching Crime Stories by Sam. Jessica was born on 16 September 1983, and she was the eldest among 6 siblings. In her growing years, she was very fascinated by Bollywood romantic movies and dreamt her future love life to be as romantic as those. In 2002, when she turned 19, she got admitted to De Montfort University as a pharmaceutical student. There, she met a senior student, Mitesh Patel, and both of them developed an instant liking for each other. Soon, over the next few months, both fell in love. The families of the couple too were happy with their relationship. However, Mitesh's family was a bit orthodox as compared to Jessica's, and in 2009, when Mitesh completed his studies, they started forcing both of them to get married. Jessica still had a year of studies left, but seeing Mitesh's family in a hurry, she said yes to the marriage. Their marriage happened in the most romantic Bollywood fashion, exactly the way Jessica dreamt of. But within a few months, Jessica started realizing the stark difference between real and real life. Within a year of marriage, Mitesh started ignoring her both emotionally and physically. On top of that, he developed a very controlling demeanor and wanted Jessica to avoid her family. Upon confronting, he even physically abused her. For months, Jessica endured the physical abuse without disclosing it to anyone. But when things got unbearable, she disclosed all this to her sister, who in turn told their father. However, when Jessica's father took up the matter with Mitesh's family, they instead put the blame on Jessica for not being able to keep Mitesh happy. After this incident, to keep Jessica away from her family, Mitesh started a new pharmacy business in Middlesbrough, England, which was 100 kilometers away from Jessica's home. But unlike Mitesh, Jessica took this as a fresh start of their married life and was willing to fix things up. Thus, both of them moved to Middlesbrough. As expected, things started to get normal between the couple. Their married life became more and more pleasant with the passage of time. But there was something that was still missing: a baby. Mitesh and Jessica's marriage was 6-year-old by now, and Mitesh's family had started to put pressure on Jessica to get a baby, which, as per them, will make everything right between the couple. However, both of them had fertility issues. Therefore, they opted for IVF treatment. But here too, things didn't go very smoothly. The first 3 IVF attempts got failed, which took an emotional toll on Jessica. But finally, on May 2018, their 4th attempt was successful. And approx 9 years after their marriage, Jessica was pregnant. 4 days later, she went to meet her family and shared this news with them, listening to which everyone was filled with joy. However, little did they know that this will be the last time they are meeting Jessica, as on the next day, on 14th May 2018, she got murdered. 17th May 2018, 3 days since the murder. Police officer noticed that there were CCTV cameras installed in the house, and one of them pointed directly at the entrance. Therefore, the visuals of the killer must have got recorded in it. Thus, they went straight to the recording device to retrieve the footages, but found that its hard drive was missing. When they asked Mitesh about the same, he said that the burglars might have stolen it. But when police did an in-depth search of the whole house, they found the hard drive behind the bedside drawer of Mitesh. Now it was time to reveal the killer. When the police went through the footages on the hard drive, even they couldn't believe what they saw. The killer was none other than Mitesh Patel. Yes, Mitesh is the killer of Jessica. All this time, he was just acting broken with grief to avoid any suspicion. Police immediately arrested Mitesh from his home and started the interrogation. Everyone was eager to learn the motive behind his evil actions, but getting the truth out of Mitesh was not easy. He continuously changed his statements. Initially, he said that someone entered the house while he was out to get the dinner, but the CCTV footage clearly showed that no one entered the house after he left, following which he changed his statement and said that post 3 pm in the evening, neither he went home nor he met Jessica. However, in the court, he backed out from the second statement and stayed firm on the first one. After this flip-up in the court, situation got completely against him. During the in-depth search of the house, police also recovered a duct tape, and when they examined its torn end with the one on Jessica's body, they got completely matched. On top of that, police also recovered 4 empty syringes that had traces of insulin in them, leading to the theory that Mitesh immobilized Jessica with an insulin overdose. As he ran a pharmacy store, it was very easy for him to get access to insulin injections. His internet search history too were full of search terms like insulin overdose, how to strangle someone, etc. As a last piece of evidence, police found a health app installed on the phones of both Jessica and Mitesh. When they examined its heart rate monitor, they found that at the time of Jessica's murder, Jessica's heart rate was 0, whereas Mitesh's heart rate was at his max, which indicates that he was running all around to scatter the house to create a false impression of burglary, after which he called on the emergency number. All these were enough evidences to prove Mitesh guilty in the court, but the questions that were still unanswered were how and why. The answers to these questions came after 6 months with the start of court trial. 14th May 2018, evening 7:04 pm. After finishing her work in the pharmacy, Jessica was returning home, unaware that Mitesh was already there waiting for her. As soon as Jessica entered the home, Mitesh attacked her. First, he threw her on the floor and started strangling her neck with his hands. Then he put a polythene bag over her head to suffocate her. Over the course of next 20 minutes, he suffocated her with multiple pauses in between, so that her heart rate drops slowly rather than all of a sudden, which will make her death look more natural. Due to the sheer force exerted by Mitesh, even the bones of Jessica's voice box got fractured. Though Jessica was trying to fight back by scratching Mitesh's neck with her nails, but he was too strong for her. After Jessica was dead, Mitesh tied her arms and legs with duct tape and scattered the whole house. Then, as per the plan, he left to a nearby pizza shop to buy dinner. In the CCTV footage of the pizza shop, Mitesh can be seen acting completely normal, as if nothing has ever happened. On top of that, to make his alibi stronger, he texted Jessica from the pizza shop that he had picked up the pizza. Then he returned home, and at 8:22 pm, he called on the emergency number 999. This was Mitesh's modus operandi. Now it was time to reveal his motive. When police started scanning Mitesh's phone, they found a LGBTQ dating app called Grindr. When they went through it, it revealed that Mitesh was a gay and he was cheating on Jessica with a man named Amit Patel since 2011. Not only that, before Amit Patel, Mitesh dated a lot of other men. As per the chats between Mitesh and Amit, police found out that Amit, who currently lived in Australia, was completely aware of this evil plan of Mitesh. Jessica was just a tool for Mitesh to hide his true sexuality. As Mitesh's family was very conservative, therefore he never dared to open up to them, and thus lived a dual life, one for himself and one for his family. Amit Patel initially lived in England, but in 2016 he moved to Australia. Since then, Mitesh too wanted to move there to start a new family with him, but for this he first had to remove Jessica from his life. However, he couldn't do so until 2018, as there was another evil motive of Mitesh. He wanted to steal Jessica's fertilized embryo, which couldn't be done until her IVF procedure was successful. Thus, he patiently waited for whole 2 years from 2016 to 2018 till Jessica's IVF got successful. He planned on having a baby with Amit Patel via surrogacy, using Jessica's embryo. This was the reason, even after multiple failed IVF attempts, he insisted Jessica to continue the procedure. On top of that, Jessica had a life insurance policy of £2 million, which after her death was to be received by Mitesh. Thus, for all these personal gains, Mitesh killed innocent Jessica. After listening the confession of Mitesh, the court declared him as guilty and sentenced him to 30 years of prison. Mitesh's boyfriend Amit Patel, even though knew all about his plans, wasn't directly involved in the act. Thus, no charges were pressed against him. There's a word on the street that Mitesh often brought Amit home, saying that he's just a friend. But once, Jessica caught the romantic chats of both of them on Mitesh's phone and complained about it to her family. Both the family came together to discuss the matter and convinced Jessica that it's a one-off mistake that won't happen again, and suggested her to have a baby as a solution to all their relationship issues. Mitesh was emotionally and physically abusing Jessica, but still she held on to this relationship in hope that one day things will get better. Had she recognized this behavior of Mitesh as a signal of worse things to come, she and her baby might have been alive today. So this was all about Jessica Patel murder case. Hope this video helps you in keeping you and your loved ones safe. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.